Oh, wow.
That's one of the gags. There's some other tools around them. There's some doves up in the corner.
That's like the city.
We'll see at the end, maybe one
There you go, you found it yourself. All right, with all these chicken hands, get closer, hug somebody, here we go.
Be careful.
You're right, here you go.
So what are these big
Totally kneel
archways?
down again. Are they really? No, they're just, they were all decorated, you see.
It says they could just sit in here and mourn or whatever.
No, I would believe that they had a maybe a statue or something, but we don't have those anymore. Now, whose is this? Who just, don't look at that picture.
I cheated.
I used to teach before and I still teach, that's why I know. Who do you think this belonged to? What's his line of business, let's put it that way. Look at the fresco in there.
Is it a carver?
No, he was not a carpenter. He was a grave digger. And he looked like this. You see that picture over there? That says, the text, we have a picture, that's obviously a copy. Diogenes the fossor in pace depositus. Yes, is that correct? Here you go.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Diogenes, the grave digger, is resting here in peace. So the grave digger did very well for himself. So business was good. And here was buried his mother-in-law. And he put it with red so they would know not to take her out, so she would not go and be like resurrected or anything. I'm just kidding, you guys. In this case, I am joking. I do apologize. That annoys me. Oh, so sorry, it's a little bit late, but it's okay. No, actually, the ones that were painted in red, it may have been the relic, or the body there would be buried of a martyr. Everybody wanted to be buried near a martyr. Why is that? As they went to heaven, you wanted to be on the same chair.
Be right there.
Be right there.
And that's probably why they all signed it.
Yeah. No, they didn't sign it. People back in the day signed it. You see, look, graffiti, see? There's everywhere. So this man, Diogenes, his face got chopped out, possibly during a barbarian invasion. You have the image of a man, it may have been Saint Peter, you see? Over there, the one with the black beard on the wall. And here, I do believe it's a pheasant or some sort of duck. Can you see that bird?
Yeah.
I'm pointing out? Because that's not a dove, or it's a huge dove. So they like birds because birds meant, for the pagans, meant richness in the afterlife. For Christians, they believed it was a Christian like the Holy Spirit. So they associated the birds with that. Just the symbology behind it. And obviously, he made part of his tomb the tools he worked with.
Which is the graffiti.
Now you see, look.
Oh, I see.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
No, people visiting.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
There are some, unfortunately, in that part where there are more graffiti from like 1710, is it Giuseppe, 1710, or Maria, 1718. They're doing the service, the church service in there. So, can somebody tell me what the time is?
4:26.
26, thank
The
you.
hooks along there, are they from original or?
It may be from the original, but we don't know what
We
it
don't know.
was.
Okay.
There's a lot of question marks regarding this place. You see, because it even chopped off the face. They may have found in a church or something. And you see, they had beautiful columns, all decorated with things. They took everything out. And the bones too. The legend has it that the bones were buried, part of them were buried underneath the Pantheon.
So what happened to the bones that you know were here when they found it? That's what you're saying, they sent them to the Pantheon?
No, that's a legend. They say that the bones were, because that was the only safe place.
So what happened to the bones that were in these places?
The bones, some of them were sold, as I said, on the black market, so to the various pilgrims and to various churches around the world, or they were sent out by popes. So for example, it was a pope called Damasus or Gregory the Great. They would send these bones, the relics, as part of a thank you or as a part of expanding their dominion in various parts of the world. And everybody wanted a relic, and especially from Rome. It's like you're getting a magnet. You need to associate in your mind with how we behave nowadays. There is nothing new under the sun. People back in the day were the same, but they didn't have magnets, so they wanted a bomb. It's the way it was. Any other questions?
Are they still
They are like 2,000 undisturbed, but they are, they're having mass and they're praying. They're only the priests, so
Yeah.
we don't have access to them.
Mass that was going on was
Yeah.
for priests, wasn't
No, it's possibly a congregation from some part of the world. You saw all those buses, and all the people with the scarves, those
Yeah.
are all pilgrims. From Brazil, I heard Brazilian and I heard Spanish.
Wow.
And usually there are 50 or 100.
Oh, wow.
Some
Uh-huh.
pilgrims from around where we live came for Mother Teresa's canonization, and they had mass down here.
Yeah, I know they do organize mass down here. So it been, for people who are believers or non-believers, it's quite an emotional moment because even if you're not a Catholic and you think of the early Christian church and how many people died for their faith, in the commitment, because a lot of people were skinned alive, reeled alive, skinned alive, fed to the lions, fed to whatever wild animals. Nero made living torches out of Christians. And for example, I'm not Catholic, I was in Bible school, and when I started questioning what I was believing, but this is a personal testimony, I started studying this and I realized that actually there were people, right or wrong, but they died for their faith. So they must have died for an ideal. Yes.
Did the early Christians have church down here to hide
No,
from? No.
no, absolutely not. This is a myth, it's a legend, has nothing to do with reality. First of all, you couldn't breathe more than 2 hours. That's why those lamps lasted for 2 hours. When they finished, and somebody said, "Oh, these ceilings are so tall." Who said that? You said that.
Yeah.
You said that because they will have these holes in the ceiling where they come and grasp a little bit of fresh air, maybe get the dirt out and get a fresh lamp. Those little tiny lamps that you saw as we were going through the corridor. Remember?
They're gonna burn up the oxygen.
And the smell atrocious. Because this is porous.
Yeah.
So nobody, and also, what's the second reason why they wouldn't hide in here? Romans had maps on these places. They mapped everything out.
Do they still have those maps somewhere? No.
The maps got lost, unfortunately. We haven't kept, there's much of the history kept, some of them unfortunately throughout the ages,
Do you know if any earthquakes have destroyed any catacombs, or you just don't
Absolutely.
know?
Absolutely, the one in 896, and as you noticed, I'm sure you saw on the news, there are cycles of earthquakes here, because it's between the African plate and the European plate, and there's a lot of friction between them, and they move. In that place, there's still earthquake where the whole thing happened. So the tectonic plates are like, get out of my way, get up here, kind of like that. Yeah, so there a whole lot of earthquakes. Even the one that destroyed the whole basilica out there, the whole church, the one that we came through. It destroyed also a lot of decoration. You're going to see now it will go up just bits and pieces of the original decoration. It happens.
Leave at the top of the earthquake.
Okay, listen.
Yeah, but we're not.
It's like
Taking a cruise talking about that.
But we were in Mammoth Pit in Kentucky when there was a tornado, but we figured we were in the best place that could get it. And it really went right on top of us.
No, because a lot of people ask me, why can't we visit so little? That would be the reason why. For those of you who are in the back and you want to see it, you can go, we have a minute, because we are not going to be with Rascal there, that's for sure, because that's the only way out. Okay?
Thank you.
He didn't want to leave it behind.
Oh,
Watch steps.
Oh, yeah.
Your steps coming. Keep walking slowly.
Oh, I was thinking more in the middle.
To have Q&A session. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. No, some of them were, but they didn't really work.